All right, welcome back, everybody. You're listening to the Discus Lariat Collective Podcast. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you're watching the Discus Lariat Collective Podcast. I'm your host, Warren, here with Daryl, here with Glenn. And today we're going to hit another top five. We usually do these kind of off the cuff kind of thing, just try to think of something. And you just rattle off your top five of that particular topic. This time, we have another one from Daryl. So I'm just going to hand it straight over to him. Let's hear what it is.
Yeah, so kind of put you on the spot there with the top five of tours last time. Yeah. This time I'm gonna go with the top five promos or segments that stood out to you that you can still remember.
Oh, that's good. That's actually a really good one. There's so many as well to try to whittle it down.
Now I have mine already, obviously, so I'm not gonna start it because I might just put ideas into your heads.
Yeah.
So this time I know we started with you, Warren and Gary. So Glenn.
Oh, mixing it up.
Yeah, this is a tidy one. I like this one. So top five promos across all the wrestling that I can still remember.
Yeah.
And does this include real quick? Actually, does this include like the video packages for a pay-per-view or just promos?
No, it'd be more like kind of like, you know, backstage segments between or in ring or whatever.
Yeah,
someone's putting a promo.
Yeah, right on.
Tight. Right, so number five, gonna kick it off with the promo that Rick Rude, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H gave after the screw job. Pretty iconic night. Rick Rude appeared on two shows at once, obviously because there was some pre-taping involved, and it was the birth of G Generation X as we knew it for the time. And I just thought that it was an excellent kind of, if you wanted to introduce your dynamic of who's a bad guy and who's gonna, you know, rule the roost, and that was definitely. Just still sticks out in my mind. Number four, I'm gonna go with after The Rock's return. I think that was about 10 years ago. He had a fucking class promo going with John Cena. Generically, I can't remember like which one would have been in what order, but I remember one of the first ones where he was just like tearing into him, calling him fruity pebbles and just ripping the piss out. And it gave us the Rock feels of fucking 20 years ago, you know. So he was absolutely shredding the poor cunt apart. Then number three is going to be the War Awards between Cena and Roman Reigns. It just stands out to me as one of the kind of the very, like, these are all the ones that WWE typically put in your face. But I remember Roman Reigns stumbling over his words, having to take long pauses, couldn't remember and Cena just ate him up.
Yeah.
And absolutely scoffed him. I'm not going to go on to like your big named ones of, say, like Stone Cold Austin 316. I'll reserve that for someone else. Number two is the New Day and Usos, where it was just after the scandal around Xavier Woods being in that film with Paige and your man Brad Maddox and that, and the Usos for Xavier Woods.
Film is that?
I think you can find that on your local nudie site of sorts.
Find that on YouTube.
Let's not.
You can find it on RedTube, I'm sure. But, so yeah, where the Usos ripped Xavier Woods and the New Day Collective, just fucking a new one.
Yeah.
And then number one, to no one's surprise, CM Punk, decade-old pipe bomb prior to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Fuck me, if that isn't in your list, you're watching the wrong show. Still stands the test of time, and hell of a promo from hell of a Punk.
Yeah, that was insane, that promo, in fairness. Like, a lot of them that you named, kind of, as you named them, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I remember that. It was weird because they were kind of, like, a few of them were more modern, and it took me a minute, but then I was like, oh, geez, yeah, I remember that. But, savage list. Will I go next then, or do you want to go next, Sarah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no, you go ahead.
Yes. The host always goes last. That's the rules.
Right. The first one I'm going to throw in is just mainly for, one, it's because it's kind of slightly, it's a bit of Irish bias, as well as it's surprisingly funny for a Japanese show. I actually put up on Instagram recently, and it's Finn Balor, and when he was Fergal Deva or Prince Deva in Japan, and he's about to fight Kazuchika Okada. And him and the lads from the Bullet Club are backstage, and he's showing you how easy it is to dodge Okada's Rainmaker clothes. And he's wearing like the all black Ireland kit, and he's just like, yeah, show me the Rainmaker, ducks and then eat it. Way, look how easy that is. So I'm gonna go with that one, because again, with the likes of Japan, Japanese wrestling, you don't really see stuff like that, you know what I mean? So it kind of stood out. Like, when I first seen it, I was like, that's actually weird, because Japan, like especially New Japan, they never have kind of promos. they have a promo after an event, basically after a main event, someone will pick up a mic. That's really it. So it's cool to see. Number 4, I will go with. Shit, I actually had some of them, and now I'm kind of forgetting them when I was listening to Glenn's. Number 4, I'll go with the Hard Times promo by Dusty Rhodes. It's iconic, really, isn't it? The whole son of a plumber thing. So yeah, I love that. I'll go number 3. I will say, I'm gonna go with Ric Flair's promo, basically against Dusty Rhodes. I think it was. Yeah. He's basically just talked about how he's so rich he can afford this, that, and the other. He's got whatever Rolex. He has a hard time keeping them alligator shoes down, stuff, all sorts of stuff like that. It was just gas. Number 2, I will go with Triple H after Triple H in 2002, after Shawn Michaels finds out he threw him through the car, basically put him into the car window, and Triple H turns around, hits the iconic line, "I used you to get to the top, just like you used me to stay at the top." And to this day, that actually gets me so pumped, because it was insane.
Yeah, you say it and work all the time.
I do. I love it. Like, to me,
you say, "Oh no, yeah, you're using me."
Yeah. I literally, honest to God, like that whole feud with them two from 02 to 04, it's literally up there in my like top 3, I think. So I'll use that one. And then number 1 promo, I'll have to go with the Austin 316, I think. Yeah. I think I'll have to. It's like, obviously he was a legend, or like, he wasn't a legend, but I mean, he was pretty well established at the time, Austin was. And I think the whole, what would you say, the history behind it, that if Triple H hadn't have hugged the other boys at the curtain call incident, and he was the only one who could get punished, because Shawn Michaels was the top guy, Razor and Diesel were gone to WCW, and Triple H was the last one there to kind of, he's the only one who's going to get punished for breaking kayfabe. He got punished, even though he was supposed to win the King of the Ring that year. And Austin gets the rub. Austin gets the 316 promo.
You know, Triple H's punishment was not getting the rub of that year. It was that he had to court and marry Vince's daughter. Don't hit me, please.
That's not a bad punishment. If that was the case,
Image of Vince.
I think it's just what it spawned as well. Like the whole Austin 316 thing. It's very hard to see anyone coming close to that level of notoriety in the business, outside of the business as well. I think he's probably the biggest draw of all time at this stage. So I'm gonna go Austin 316 as my number 1.
Nice. Very nice. Very strong way to end it.
Yeah. Let's hear yours then.
Yeah, right. So number 5, I'm gonna go with the Pipe Bomb by CM Punk.
Good show.
Yeah.
Very
so
nice.
we had that on the list. Number 4, I'm gonna go with the NWO formation back in WCW.
Oh,
when
yeah.
Hogan came down to the ring, and I was just like, yeah, this is the new world order. So that was a game changer, I think, for the whole lot of the industry. So
I think it was, yeah.
I don't know how this number 3. I don't know how you didn't pick this.
Oh God!
Don't know how you didn't. You have
Shawn
the
Michaels, is it?
to go with it and everything. No, you have the T-shirt. I think you were wearing it recently.
Was it Bear Money?
No. The cream of the crop.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah.
All the little
Randy Savage.
Yeah. Oh my God!
Like one of the best promos ever. And I actually put a picture up my Instagram yesterday about Mother's Day for my missus, and I actually quoted Macho.
Oh, did you?
Unreal.
Oh, I didn't even fucking see that.
Yeah, that was just an unbelievable. I don't know how many times I've actually watched it over and over again on YouTube, and it's just a hell of a promo.
Oh, it's insane.
My number 2, probably one of the funniest promos I've ever seen in my life, and it has to be The Rock. And it's the Raw before Hell in a Cell, when he just goes off on everybody.
Yeah, and
I did it for The Rock. Simon Rikishi.
Shut your face, you tongue wearing fatty. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, I love it.
Incredible.
Kurt Angle, I'm gonna have my big glass of milk.
He's fucking gas.
What a promo. What an absolute promo. And my number 1, it's because I'm a Sting fanboy, is probably Sting. It's based over kind of 3 of Sting's promos. The first one was when he came out, the last time he wore the colourful face paint, and he kind of had his back to the camera, and he was just like, you won't see me. I'll drop in from time to time.
Yeah.
That was just unbelievable. And then the time when he had was in the ring with JJ Dillon and Hogan. He hadn't spoke in like over a year, and he just looked at Hogan and just said, "You're a dead man," and that was it.
Proper. Yeah.
Iconic.
So yeah.
But
Yeah, that's one.
That's a savage list as well. I knew there was going to be a few WCW ones in there.
Oh yeah.
But again,
I want to say.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go on. No, you go on.
All right, yeah, I was just saying, like, yeah, it's obviously you're mad for the WCW, and there is like that's another thing. Like, obviously, a lot of people they'll bash say the last 3 years of the company, like say 99, 2000, 2001, stuff like that. But even around that time, there was still some great guys on the mic. Do you know what I mean? Before they lost a lot of them, there was still some great guys on the mic, great promos throughout that history as well. So yeah, good show.
And Y2J back in the day, look at his WCW stuff, promos and stuff like that.
I wanted to say I was really surprised that you didn't mention the Man of 1001, Daryl yourself. And then Warren, I was shocked I didn't get the pre-Taker Michaels 2 promo that Shawn Michaels cut.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, this is basically it. I don't have a career. Yeah, and all that, like that.
If I can't beat you, I have no career. That's amazing. I love it. Yeah, it's like even when like when Daryl was saying the Macho Man one, completely forgot about Macho Man. Completely forgot about Rick Rude when you said him. Completely forgot about Jake Roberts, who's one of the best of all time in the week. Like wallow in the pit of wallow in the muck of avarice. That kind of promo before Taker. My God, that's insane. Yeah. And it's one of them. You don't need to go above and beyond roaring and shouting on the mic. You don't need to have 1,000,001 words. And again, just have to think about it now. Yeah, man, Roddy Piper. Don't throw rocks with a man holding a machine gun. Yeah. Amazing. Like, how did I miss that one? But,
I think Eddie Guerrero had a deadly one as well before. I think it could have been against Rey Mysterio, I think.
Oh, he had a really good one against Brock.
Before No Way Out, wasn't it?
Before No Way Out, he's talking to Brock, and Brock slagging up. He has the big mariachi hat on, and this, that, and the other. Whatever, slagging him, sombrero hat, and he's like slagging this, that, and the other, slagging his heritage and all. And then Eddie just tears into him, but then tears into basically, it's almost like he's turning into America, like as a whole. He's just like, nobody gives me a chance. And he goes, but I know I'm confident in my abilities. Yeah, I'm an addict. Yeah, I was an addict. This, that, and the other. And it's pure. You can hear his voice almost breaking, and you can, when you look at one stage, the camera pans to Brock, and you can just see him taking a pure, like one of them kind of gulps. He's just like, it's almost like he's either holding back tears or he feels like he's after pushing him too far. Insane as well. Yeah, Guerrero, great one on the mic as well. Yeah, but yeah,
that was a toy one. I like that.
Yeah, that was a class list as well. Yeah, class topic as well.
I'm fucked now for a few weeks, so I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you're gonna be on the receiving end of now. But yeah, so what we'll do is we'll wrap this one up here as well. Yeah, once again, thanks very much for listening or watching. If you like the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. What's your top 5 favorite promos, or what's your number 1, or what's one that we missed out on completely? Let us know anyway, because I'm sure there's fucking millions of them. Let me see. In terms of the podcast, actually, yeah, if you're listening to this, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, Acast, give us a like, give us a follow, let us know how we're doing, and hit us up on the socials. Discus Lariat on Twitter and Discus Lariat Collective on Instagram. And then until next time, we will see you later.